When you go to a restaurant and the waitress asks you, what do you want to eat? You don't look to the guy next to you and ask them what you want to eat. You look within yourself, you figure out what you're hungry for, and you make your order. That's the way it goes. That should be the model for life. The quote that I'm looking at today says, by Bill Cosby, I don't know the key to success, but the key to failure is trying to please everyone. And I just couldn't agree with this statement more. Too many people are out there trying to please other people. This is kind of, this is the same to me as saying if you put everyone's needs ahead of yours, you are guaranteed to be miserable. And I'm going to demonstrate this by talking about getting your hair cut, your being at school and choosing your major, and a mother's love. So when you go in to get a haircut, a lot of times you'll ask the hairstylist, what should I get? What should I have? The fact of the matter is that hairstylist needs to look right back at you and ask you, what do you want? Because it doesn't matter how talented that hairstylist is. It doesn't matter what they're capable of. What matters is that you be satisfied. And the only way for this stylist to can achieve that is to get a glimpse into what your actual goals are. Now, if you just try to put your fate into somebody else's hands, you are right back into unhappiness. Basically, you're saying that the stylist needs are before yours, and it's guaranteed that you're not going to like your haircut. You're going to be miserable. So, in fact, you need to check out those books, look and see what inspires you, and then if you want to ask the hairstylist, hey, what do you suggest? I want to have some bangs. I want to have some layers. At least it's starting with something that you want, and that stylist has an opportunity to actually make you happy, because that is the idea here. That's the idea in life, not to be miserable, but in fact to be happy. Now, same goes for when you are in school. A lot of children, a lot of students that are starting college, they are trying to please their parents. Their parents are paying for school. Their parents are the ones that are facilitating their whole experience, and they feel some sort of urge to choose what the parents find important. Now, everybody has experienced choosing something based on influence. It's a little bit different here what we're talking about. We're saying that if you put your parents' needs before yours, you're guaranteed to be miserable. That's the truth. Now, of course, there's always a caveat. If it just so happens that what your parents want actually have to do with what you want, go on ahead, do your thing. It's not a problem. But if you want to actually experience inner happiness, you're going to have to see what it is that you want. You're going to have to do the hard work of investigating what it is that you care about, what it is you want to learn more about. Then you're going to have to do the really hard work of talking to the people that are paying for your education and saying, hey, I choose this. I want to do this. Because the fact of the matter is, your parents want you to be happy. That's what they're there for. That's what they want. They're assuming that what they think will work for you is going to make you happy, but you're going to need to assert your own choices in life and in school. Now, of course, the final example is motherhood. Everybody knows that a mother puts everybody's needs before hers. That's the fate of a mother. They're famous for doing it. But there's a very famous saying. It says, if mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. And that's because if mama is so busy giving everybody everything and never does anything for herself, there comes a point where she's going to crash. She's going to get sick. She's going to be unavailable to the family. And then what good does she do? Depleting yourself does not make for a righteous person. Putting everybody's needs before yours will make you miserable. And if you push it too much, you actually are going to make your family miserable by not being healthy enough to even provide for them. So I've gone over our quote by Bill Cosby. I don't know the key to success, but the key to failure is trying to please everyone. And I've interpreted that to mean that if you put everybody's needs before yours, you're guaranteed to be miserable. I have explained this by talking about getting your hair cut and leaving it in the hands of your stylist. by letting your parents choose your major, and by mothers depleting themselves to the point of sickness. Thank you. Oh, and the bottom line is that if you let other people choose for you, you got nobody to blame but yourself for your own miserable life. Carole Kaufman.